Today, we're exploring one of the most picturesque stadium transformations in European football, Como 1907's ambitious plans for Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia. With the historic lakeside venue bursting at the seams following the club's return to Serie A after 21 years, the Hartono brothers, Serie A's wealthiest owners, are partnering with Populous to completely reimagine their iconic home. From the rationalist masterpiece opened in 1927 to cutting-edge proposals that could create Italy's most beautiful modern stadium, this is Como's evolution. Let's get started. History and context. Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia has stood on Lake Como's western shore since July 30, 1927, making it one of Italy's most historically significant sports venues. Built on Benito Mussolini's orders and designed by architect Giovanni Greppi, the stadium represented one of the first examples of rationalist architecture in Italian sports, a functional design philosophy prioritizing clean lines over ornamentation. Named after Giuseppe Sinigaglia, a local rowing champion and war hero who died in World War I, the stadium opened with 6,000 capacity. The oval-shaped venue featured a 500-meter velodrome and 450-meter athletics track surrounding the football pitch, a true multi-sport complex. In 1936, architect Gianni Montero added a swimming pool and gymnasium. Starting in 1975, various interventions gradually altered its character. Athletics and cycling tracks were removed, stands extended to the pitch edge, and the stadium evolved into a football-focused venue. In 1990, the main tribuna stand was demolished and rebuilt. Most dramatically, in 2002, the West Curve, home to Como's Ultras, known as the Curva Azzurra, was rebuilt with a distinctive wedge-shaped structure accommodating 5,000 supporters. During this period, the stadium reached peak capacity of approximately 14,000. Como's subsequent collapse, including 2 bankruptcies and restarts from amateur football, led to drastic capacity reduction, dropping below 5,000 at one point. Today, Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia holds 10,759 spectators, expanded from 7,498 following emergency upgrades, ahead of Como's 2024 Serie A return. While Italian sports journalist Gianni Brera famously labeled it the most beautiful stadium in the world for its location, the facility presents a chaotic impression with mismatched stands and infrastructure falling short of modern Serie A standards. Como played their first 3 Serie A matches away in 2024, while rushed renovations brought capacity to 10,584 before their September 14th home debut against Bologna. The catalyst. Everything changed in 2019 when Indonesian billionaires Robert Budi Hartono and Michael Bambang Hartono acquired Como 1907 for €800,000 through Cent Entertainment, paying off €150,000 in debt. Como was languishing in Serie D, Italy's 4th tier. The Hartono brothers, ranked among the world's 75 richest people with combined net worth exceeding $50 billion from their Jerem Group empire, brought unprecedented financial muscle. Their wealth surpasses combined fortunes of Premier League owners like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Stan Kroenke, and Todd Boehly, making Como the richest owned club in Serie A. Under their ownership, Como's rise has been remarkable. Promoted to Serie C in 2020, Serie B in 2021, and Serie A in 2024, 3 divisions in 5 years. The Hartonos invested over $121 million in transfers, making Como the 3rd highest Serie A spender behind only Juventus and Atalanta. However, with just 10,759 capacity, Sinigaglia ranks among Serie A's smallest venues, lacking adequate hospitality, modern amenities, and infrastructure to generate competitive matchday revenues, simply inadequate for top-flight ambitions. The Populous Master Plan. In February 2025, Como 1907 and the municipality of Como unveiled first concept images for the Populous design transformation. The renowned firm, responsible for Wembley Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Emirates Stadium, has been tasked with one of Italian football's most challenging projects. The redevelopment calls for complete reconstruction while retaining only the historic southern facade, the rationalist element defining the venue's heritage. The new facility will accommodate between 15,000 and 20,000 spectators in a modern rectangular layout designed to amplify atmosphere while integrating seamlessly with Como's stunning lakeside setting. Architectural philosophy. Populous senior principal Silvia Prandelli emphasized, we are privileged to be involved in the redesign of the Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia. We look forward to working with Como 1907 and the municipality to bring the vision to life and integrate it with the local community. The design centers on creating a modern venue honoring rationalist heritage while meeting 21st century standards. One significant element involves extensive glazing in northern and southern stands, a compromise preserving visual continuity. Spectators will maintain views of Lake Como, the Cardina district, and the iconic Novocomum building, a landmark of local rationalist architecture. The covered stands will be slightly higher behind goals, creating an intimidating wall of sound while maintaining integration with the historic city center. The project addresses Heritage Authority concerns about protecting visual relationships between lake, historic buildings, and surrounding mountains. Multi-purpose community hub. Como 1907. President Mirwan Suarso articulated the vision. Our goal is to ensure the Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia remains a vital part of the community. The new project must honor the legacy while making it an active and accessible space for all citizens and visitors, not only for football, but for the benefit of all, 365 days a year. Beyond matchday operations, the redeveloped stadium is envisioned as a year-round destination hosting concerts, community events, and cultural activities. The surrounding area will undergo major urban redevelopment, new pedestrian zones, enhanced greenery, and a large car park to manage increased capacity. Navigating challenges. The project faces significant obstacles. Heritage protection authorities initially raised concerns about excessive volume and dominant urban presence of early designs. The Soprintendenza noted original proposals disrupted visual relationships between Lake Como, historic buildings, and natural landscape. Through compromise, Populous refined the design while maintaining ambitious scope. Public safety authorities raised questions about fan sector arrangements, particularly proposed relocation of home and away supporter areas, citing concerns about bus access, buffer zones, and crowd management in the historic city center. Despite challenges, response has been positive. Over 5,000 supporters signed a petition supporting modernization, recognizing a world-class stadium is essential for Como's long-term Serie A aspirations. Mayor Alessandro Rapinesi expressed strong support. This stadium is not just for football, but a gift for the entire community. Timeline and financials. The redevelopment follows a structured timeline designed to minimize disruption. The first phase involves submission and approval of the document of feasibility of project alternatives, a comprehensive feasibility study evaluating design approaches. This design and approval process is expected to conclude by May 2026. Following regulatory approval, construction proceeds in two phases. Phase 1 commences in October 2027, focusing on new stands, enhanced hospitality facilities, and core infrastructure improvements. This phase allows Como to continue playing matches, though some capacity restrictions may apply. Phase 2 begins in August 2028, encompassing roof structure installation, urban integration elements, and final finishing work. The entire project targets completion by the start of the 2028-29 season, delivering a world-class facility in 4 years. Como has committed to maintaining operations at Sinigaglia throughout construction, working in phases during off-seasons and international breaks to minimize impact. While official cost estimates haven't been publicly released, industry reports suggest the complete redevelopment could reach approximately 70 million euros, reflecting complexity of working within a historic city center and high standards required for a flagship Populous project. For the Hartono brothers, whose combined net worth exceeds $50 billion, this represents a manageable investment. Como's general manager indicated spending 30 to 40 million euros on stadium infrastructure is well within ownership capacity, potentially doubling if additional surrounding development is approved. The Hartonos' approach of funding directly without debt provides financial certainty for the ambitious timeline. And that's the complete story of Como 1907's transformation from Serie D to Serie A, and now to a world-class stadium. From a near-bankrupt club in Italy's fourth tier to the richest-owned team in Serie A with ambitions of a Populous-designed lakeside masterpiece, one thing is certain: Como's renaissance is only beginning. What do you think about their plans? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything, and click here to watch our deep dive into Tottenham's £1 billion stadium project. See you there in a second.